Hello once again and welcome to Triple G Sports Replays. On this video we're going to continue the 2020 Masters Tournament. We are getting towards the end of day 4 and we're going to watch the two leading groups on holes number 14 and 15. So on this hole, it's hole number 15. It's a par 5, 530 yard hole. Handicap rating is an 8, so it's about middle of the road. In the tournament right now, Collin Morikawa is your leader at -2. Rory McIlroy is -1. Justin Thomas +1. Matt Fitzpatrick +1. And Xander Schauffele +2. We're going to see everyone but Thomas on this video. And it's getting tighter as we get closer. Okay, so this hole is, like I say, number 15, par 5. Straightaway par 5. Do got a pond to deal with. And wind on this hole, there is none. The course notes, we do have to add 5 yards on the fairway on tee shots. And then if we get up near the green, there's a couple other notes. So it's a par 5. We don't have to be there in 2, so let's just try to land in a good spot. So we're going to try to end up getting our tee shot to land somewhere in here so we can go land here and then go for the green. So we need to end up around 225, 250 on our first shot. Now, Matthew Fitzpatrick birdied the last time, so he gets honors. His wood rating is a 6. So what can he hit with a wood rating of 6 to end up in that 225, 250 range? Well, that's going to be about a 5 wood. 5 wood for him would go about 220 and with some roll. And he tends to go left, so I think we're going to be fine here. We're just going to let him go. All right, a 22 is a 4. So he got a hold of it. It's going to go 230. Right 10, 5, 10. And then he's going to get a roll of 10. Plus it's firm, so he gets another 5 on the fairway. So a roll of 5, 10, 15. He's going to be sitting right there at 245. Right 10, and that's a fairway hit for him. All right, next up will be Schauffele. Now he's a 3 rating on his wood. And so for him, we are going to probably knock him down to a 4-iron. Yeah, we'll give him he could go about 240. So we'll give him the 2-iron in his hand. Now he tends to be 50-50, which means 220 for him, which is about here. I think we'll take our chances. Hopefully he doesn't go too far right. All right, a 65 is a 5. So that's going to be 210, left 5, and then a roll of 20 plus 5 is 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And so he will be right here at 235. Left 5, and that'll be a fairway hit. All right, he's the furthest back. Get him to the center line. Now we want to end up somewhere in here. So what's our yardage? It's going to be 25, 50, 75, 1, 25, 50, 75, 2, 225, 235. We don't want to be much longer than that. And for Schauffele with a 3 rating, his 2-iron might be a little stiff. I think we're going to go with a 4-iron for him. So 4-iron for Schauffele. A 14 is a 21. And that's going to be 200. 25, 50, 75, 1. 25, 50, 75, 2. It's going to be left 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. He's in the rough. Roll a 10, cut her in half, roll a 5. So he is going to be at 440. And we said left 35. It's not the worst, best place to be, but it's not the worst. He's going for pin 5, which is here. So he's going to have the ability of the ankle. But it's a long approach over water. All right, so for Fitzpatrick, we'll get him to the center. And we're looking at 25, 50, 75, 1, 25, 50, 75, 2. 2 to 225 is what we want from him. He's got a 6 wood rating. And it's probably a 2-iron, but if he got a hold of it, it can cause some trouble. So it's better to be short. We're going to use a 4-iron for him as well. So Fitzpatrick, a 43 is a 35. And that's going to be 185, 25, 50, 75, 1, 25, 50, 75, 85. It's going to go right 5. It's going to roll 10, 5, 10. Plus we get another 10 or another 5. You know what? We forgot to take our 10 yards in the fairway on the roll. So let's add them right now since we messed up. Because they both hit their fairways. So, just to get it square, Fitzpatrick's going to end up at 455, right 5. Okay. So first we need to figure out for Schauffele, he's in the rough, and we're going to say he's more than just an intermediate. So he's in the deeper rough where it says lie. So he gets a 12. And a 12 is normal lie from the rough. And let's check his position. 35 is fine as well. So he's going to hit a normal rough shot. Now, we're going here. So let's get him over here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 and back. 1, 2, 3 and back. 1. And I think I'm just going to bring him over here right there. I'm going to have him go down this line and actually have him aim for this 4-hole. If I aim for the 5, if I'm long or right, I'm off. So if I aim here, I've got lots of room to play the green. And that's going to put me 25, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 195, or a 95-yard approach to get here, and I've got some wiggle room. So, Schauffele from the rough with a 95-yard approach. A 21 is a 4 on the approach. -5, right 5, so -5, right 5 puts him here. And he's going to be 15, 30 feet minus a roll of a 12, 18 feet from the cup. And that is a green in regulation. All right, now for Fitzpatrick, I got to get him to the center. But we're going to do the same thing. We're going to aim for probably about here. It's a diagonal to get over there, but it's kind of the center of the green. I don't want to go here and be long and right and find out I've overshot my green. So that's going to be 25, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75 yards to get right here. So a 75-yard approach shot for Fitzpatrick. 46 will be a 5. -5, left 5. So it's going to be -5, left 5. He's still on the green, but he's got a long way to go. 20, 40, 60 feet. Minus 6 is 54 feet. So he gets a green in regulation, but he's got a long putt. So, Fitzpatrick, 54-footer, let's play safe and just try to get it close. A 21 is a 20. He's going to get her within 4 feet. Now we have Schauffele with an 18-footer. With an 18-footer, we're going to try to go for it. If we miss, we won't miss by much. So he is going to go for it and go for the birdie. And a 54 is a 31. And he, boy, did he miss it. He rolled her 5 feet past. So neither one of these guys have an easy putt. Schauffele with a 5-footer coming back for par. 36 is 24. And that just barely drops in. So he is going to have a par on a par 5. He's 1 over for the day, 2 over for the tournament. And that will bring up Matt Fitzpatrick with his 4-footer. That's a knee knocker. 61 is a 12, and that's in. So 2 putts for par, minus 1 on the day, plus 1 on the tournament. All right, and now we move to the final group. Final group is on hole number 14. Hole number 14 is a par 4, 440 yards. It's a handicap of 10, so it's middle of the road. Last hole, they both birdied, and so Rory will maintain the honors. Now, since they both birdied, they both still have momentum shots, and I think they're both going to try to use them. Now, the one problem on this hole with a momentum shot is if your momentum shot likes to go left, you're going to be into these trees. So we're going to start with Rory. He's got a wood rating of 2. So if we were to pull out his driver and go with a 2, that's going to go 280. And let's see, we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 yards before we got to start diagonaling. So we said 280, which is here, and that puts him to that point. It's going to go right 15, so it's going to work to his advantage. 5, 10, 15. And then he's going to get a roll of 30 plus 5 is 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And let's see, that's 25, 50, 35. And he's actually going to end up right in here in the rough. So his tee shot, which will take the distance, will use a momentum shot. He used his driver. We're going to be 315. And we're going to be right 25. All right, now we got Collin Morikawa. So he's got a 5-wood rating. So if I pull his driver out, that's going to go 260. But my problem is it wants to go right 15. Well, 5, 10, 15, that's in the trees. And you could say that you're right on the edge. Can he shoot here? Yeah, he can probably do. He might be able to get by with that. He can probably sneak through that. We'll say that if that drops down, we're going to say he's not even 1 under. He'll be able to shoot out of there. So he's going to use that. He's not going to get any roll, but he is going to use his tee shot to... Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. We've got crosswind of +5 left on this hole. So we're going to use his tee shot to... Oh, and wait a minute. I forgot. We've got crosswind of +5 left on this hole. So we're going to use his tee shot to... So Rory would be here on that. So he's actually in the fairway. And if we throw another 5 yards, that puts him in here. And that's, we can't have that. We do have crosswind of +5 left on the hole. So that would put him 20 and he's in the tree. So we can't use the driver. So if we go down with a 3-wood, that's going to go 245. But here again, it's going to go left 10. It's going to go left 15. 5, 10, 15. And that, to me, that's just too much. You could be stymied here. So we don't want to take that chance. So we knock her down to the 5-wood. A 5-wood with a 5 rating goes to 25. It's going to go left 10 plus 1 is 5, 10, 15. We're safe. We're going to have to work the ball, but I think we can manage this. So we're going to use a momentum shot from Morikawa using his 5-wood. It's not perfect, but we go back much more, you're giving up too much distance. So it's going to be 225 left 15. All right. So now Morikawa's up. We are just in the intermediate roughs. We got to double check our lie. A 51 with no scramble will be against the grass, so -5 on the carry. And 16 for positions 5. So he's going to lose -5 on whatever on the carry on any shot. We're going to bring him to the center. And we're going for pin 5, which is right here. So how far are we? 25, 50, 75, 1. 25, 50, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 2, 25, 210, 215, 220, 225. And we lost 5 in carries. We need to hit it. We need to go about 230. So Morikawa with a 5 rating. It would be a 2-iron. So we're going to use a 2-iron. We got to remember we got a crosswind of 5 left. So 21 is a 6. That's going to go 205 -5 is 200. 25, 50, 75, 1. 25, 50, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 2. It's going to go right 5, but we got crosswind left to 5, so it's a wash. And we're going to get 20 roll, 5, 10, 15, 20. And we're going to be a diagonal of 1, which is 20 feet, minus 5, 15 feet from the cup. Green in regulation. Now for Rory. So we're going for the pin number 5. So we're going to go for that. So 1, 2, 3, back, 1, 2. So how far are you? You're 25, 50, 75, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 135. And so Rory, that's probably pitching wedge, gap wedge with a 2 rating. That'd be a knockdown. That'd be a knockdown pitching wedge. So pitching wedge, knockdown, which will help off, take away some of that wind. A 51 is a 2. So he hit it right on the screws. So that's 140, 25, 50, 75, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's going to go right 5, but we bring the wind back, and then -5 on the green, spins her back. One line is 15 feet minus a 5. He's 10 feet from the cup. Green in regulation, so the leaders are really playing well. On this day in the tournament, very few people are playing below par. It's a very tough setup today. Okay, now for the putts. So I know Morikawa has a 15-footer for birdie. He's going for it. A 35 will be a 15. This will be close. 15-footer. He's 1 foot away. He'll go up. Knock in his 1-footer for par. Stays 1 over on the day, 2 under on the tournament. Rory's got a 10-footer and a chance to tie. 13, going for it, 25. And he goes 2 feet past. So he'll take his 2-footer for par, drop her in, 2 putts for par, even on the day, -1 on the tournament. And so there you go, Morikawa still leading the tournament, -2, Rory -1. I want to thank you for following along. If you like what you see here, hit like and subscribe. The next video will be the final 2 holes for the 2 leaders as we go into the end of the tournament. So one more video and then we're done with the 2020 Masters Tournament. And I want to thank you once again for watching Triple G Sports Replays.